Hi, everyone. It's John Rindy from the Career Office at Slippery Rock University. And we are located in 108 Bailey Library. You can get an appointment with us one of three ways. You can stop by at our desk, 108 Bailey Library. You can call 724-738-2028, 724-738-2028. Or students, you can jump onto your Handshake profile. You can have the Handshake app on your phone, or you can go to sru.edu/handshake, and in that system you can also schedule appointments there. Now we do have about 9 or 10 career coaches any given semester to support you, and you have to make an appointment. Everything we do is by appointment, so you can't just email us documents. And we do have distance appointments, so if you are studying at a distance, we can also work over the camera, and we use Zoom. And we can schedule those meetings. Just make sure that the people at the front desk know that it's a Zoom meeting, and then we can certainly meet that way. Well, anyway, thank you for listening. This is one of the digital master classes for the SEA Spring 2020. And in this particular one, we're going to talk about LinkedIn. LinkedIn, why should I use LinkedIn, or should I use LinkedIn? Well, I'm just going to use my profile to demonstrate some of this stuff. I'm going to be moving pretty quickly. Now, LinkedIn is often described as Facebook with a suit. I don't know about that. I mean, it's a networking tool. It's a networking tool. So this cell phone here is never going to tell you you are hired. This cell phone will never tell you you've got the job. Never. It won't. During my lifetime, not during yours, this cell phone is never going to tell you you're hired. A person is going to tell you you're hired. They may send you an email, they may text you, but a person is going to tell you that. You need people. You will be unemployed without people. You will be unemployed without people, period. The degree is not going to get you a job. It's just never going to do it. It hasn't in 10 or 15 years, and there's just too many college graduates for the degree itself to be relevant enough to get you the degree. You have to have other stuff, knowledge, skills, abilities. You have to have the ability to talk about it, but you better have a network, and you better have a network of people with hiring influence. So I'm going to talk about what's good about my profile. I'm going to tell you about components you ought to be thinking about for your profile, and then I may do a couple of quick demonstrations of how you might use it. All right, from top to bottom. So we're going to start with my photo. Notice here I do have a photo myself. A photo is worth 1,000 words. What story do you want to tell with your photo? It's very simple. This is what I'm going to look like my first day on the job. No selfies, definitely no pictures of you driving, no pictures of you cropped out of a photo with someone else. I want a picture of you. If you're going to work at a desk on spreadsheets, then I want you to spin around and have somebody take a picture of you from over here with a spreadsheet on the screen. That's what you should look like. If you're going to wear a white coat and a stethoscope, that's how you should look. If you're going to work in a laboratory, you should have safety glasses on and have a white lab coat on. What are you going to look like that first day on a job? In other words, if you hire me, this is what you're getting. None of this sophomoric selfie at a 45-degree angle baloney. Take a good picture. Now, you can also have a banner picture. I have a picture of Vincent Science Center. Now, notice up at the top, my URL is linkedin.com/in/John Rindy. LinkedIn did not just assign that to me. It gave me a URL with all these numbers and letters. So you can come up here to edit public profile, and then you can actually edit. You can customize your URL right here, and that's where I did it, and I got the one with just my name in it. And the reason you might want to do that is then you can set up in your Outlook or in your Gmail a nice signature, so that with every email you send, it's a chance for someone to go ahead and click on your LinkedIn profile. It's like your resume on steroids. All right, profile section. This is where you add those new profile sections. I'm going to be talking about some of those. Now your tagline here. Now mine says Corporate and Higher Ed Pro Democratizing Life Success. There are two ways you might want to use that. Method number one, and this is the way most students use it, is by telling them what you're looking for. You can say, high achieving marketing students seeking internship opportunities. That's a good thing to have. Creative public relations major seeking employment. Senior PR major seeking employment. Stuff like that. Tell them who you are and basically what you're looking for. Now, the other way you can use it is the way I use it. Corporate and Higher Ed Pro Democratizing Life Success. What's that guy do? I don't know. Let me scroll down in his profile and find out. You see, the purpose is to be a little bit nebulous, but have an interesting enough photo where they're saying, let me go check this guy out. Now, I get a lot of clicks on my profile. I probably get 60 to 80 clicks from different people across the world every week because I use that approach. Now, the photo I'm using was deliberately designed to send the following message. I am an approachable higher education administrator. You see the chairs in the background. That's one of the lecture halls over in Vincent Science Center. Here I am in my suit. That's higher ed administrator, but I've got a nice smile and I'm looking approachable. I'm sending a deliberate message with my photo. Please don't pick any old photo. Have someone take an actual headshot of you, even if you have to go ahead and have somebody take a professional shot of you. This is your about section. I call this your brand statement. Now, the very first part of this is my brand statement. A brand statement answers the question that is often the second to the last question in a job interview. Why should I hire you? As we know, most people say ridiculous things. I really work hard. Oh, gee, no one said that before. I'm a people person. Oh, gee, no one said that before. I've got a college degree. Oh, no one said that before. Everybody before you said those same ridiculous things. Those are ridiculous. Don't ever say that stuff. Those recruiters have heard it 100 times. So, why should you hire me? Let me tell you why you should hire me. Always seeking a new challenge, I strive to be a thoughtfully disruptive leader, intentionally inclusive and focused on students and staff and the democratization of opportunities. My values are rooted in faith, family, friendship, and founded in over 30 years of private sector and higher education leadership. I strive to exemplify a servant leadership attitude, identifying and magnifying the gifts in others in pursuit of superior results while leading by example in a positive, energetic, and amiable, meaning friendly way. I will work whenever, wherever, however, and with whomever to assure that others are served with passion, professionalism, presence, patience, perseverance, propriety, and a dedication to measurable outcomes. And I live that every day, every day. Is that better than I'm a people person? Folks, we got to think about this. You got to sit down with a career professional and work through your brand statement and answer the question, why should somebody choose you instead of the next accountant? Why should somebody choose you instead of the next social worker? Why should I choose you for grad school and not the next person, next of 600 people who want to get into the PT program? Being a good student and a people person doesn't cut it anymore because there's too many college grads. So we got to work on your personal statement and your summary, and that is your brand statement. Now, I write some articles and things like that, and I do posts here. We're going to take your bullet points from your resume and we're going to move them over. Remember, you cannot do bullet points in LinkedIn. So you actually have to create them in Microsoft and bring them over. But notice they all start with action verbs: serve, foster, promote, develop, support, provide. Just like if you watch the video on resumes, we'll talk about that. Now, here's the interesting thing. Your resume, you have to change it every time you send it because those applicant tracking systems, the corporate systems that read resumes, they're looking for specific words that were in the job description. You have to change your resume every time you send it out. But LinkedIn, you never know who's going to come to your profile. So we want a good general representation of your knowledge, skills, abilities, and experience. So there's mine. Your education, please, if you have a GPA of 3.0 or higher, please get it in there. And you don't have to put all your student organizations in this section. We actually have another section for all that, so don't feel compelled to do that. Make sure if you are in business that you put you're getting a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a major in accounting. Please don't say you're getting a bachelor's in accounting. It doesn't exist. You cannot get a bachelor's in accounting at Slippery Rock. You cannot get a bachelor's in marketing or management or economics or finance at Slippery Rock University. You are getting a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration with a major in accounting or marketing or management. You communication folks, you are mostly getting a Bachelor of Science in Public Relations or in Communications or in Public Relations. Some of you comm people actually are getting a Bachelor of Arts in comm, so make sure you have the right bachelor's degree on there. Skills. So you want to fetter out the skills that are most important. If you come into the career office, we have very powerful labor market tools. We can study the exact labor market and job title you're after. We can tell you the most commonly requested skills, and then we can populate your profile with those skills as long as you know that you have the skills and could tell a story about how you develop each one of them. Remember, put stuff on resumes and in your LinkedIn profile that you could talk about in an interview, things you want to talk about. Now, some people can come and give you recommendations. And here's where all your other stuff is. It's under the accomplishments section. You're going to add that right here under accomplishments. And really, there's a lot of stuff that falls under accomplishments. Publications, patents, courses. You can do your list of major courses there, projects, honors and awards, test scores, language, or organizations that you're in. Here I am in 10 different organizations. You are probably in a lot. But notice how I say something about each one of them. Don't just put an organization on there because the reader has no idea what it is. If they're not from that same field, explain the organization a little bit and why you're a better person for it. The project section, if you choose to add one, this is where you can link to other things. So here's some videos I did. You click on See Project, and it'll take you over to Facebook or wherever those things are housed. Or maybe you want to write a link to a Google document to show something. Or maybe you're in a creative major like public relations where you want to send a link to your portfolio so people can see all the work that you did while you were here. Publications and so on. You can also follow companies. I do recommend following companies you want to work for because recruiters use LinkedIn. Now, recruiters have accounts that they pay like $1,000 a month for. They can do all kinds of things with LinkedIn that you can't do. So they could go out there and say, all right, find me all people who follow our company who got a degree in PR in the last year. Send them the following email. I'm interested in talking with you, especially if your GPA is over a certain level. So make sure you follow the companies that you're interested in following. Now you can also join groups. I do recommend that you do join groups. And you can do that by searching on certain groups. So you can choose groups up here and search. And then say maybe you want to look for a group in social work. Oop. Group. Try that again. Social work. And here's social work services, social work group, networking group. Now look, if you join this group, you are immediately connected to 66,000 people who work in social work. And you request to join it, and if you are admitted, you can now do direct emails to everybody and anybody in that group. So if you see somebody that's interesting, you don't actually have to connect with them. Because on LinkedIn, otherwise you do have to connect with them unless you have a paid account. Now, we don't have a lot of time here. Let me just show you maybe 2 or 3 quick search things that you can do. If you're ready to look for an internship, let's say you want to intern at Google. That's really aspirational. So you want to search people. Now I recommend coming over here to all filters. Now watch this. We're going to come all the way down and we're going to put in the job title as intern. And the company as, you guessed it, Google. And we're going to search it and look at all of these interns at Google. Folks, there are 100 pages of Google interns. Who better to connect with than somebody who has already figured out how to navigate Google's internship website and get the internship. Connect with 2 or 3 of them and ask them questions. So let's say we wanted to talk with Jessica Wu here. What I'm going to do is here, I'm going to click on her profile. Always click on their profile because it leaves a breadcrumb showing that you looked at their profile before you connected. How ignorant is it to try to connect with somebody to get information out of them when you never bothered to read their profile? Ignorant, rude, don't do it. Then click connect and then add a note, Dear Ms. Wu, Dear Ms. MS period, Dear Ms. Wu, I'd appreciate an opportunity to connect with you. I'm soon to graduate from Slippery Rock University, and I'm seeking to build my network. Send invitation. Then when you get a message up here in notifications that she accepted your connection, you can jump back on and say, Dear Ms. Wu, thank you so much for connecting with me. As I finish my job or my studies here at Slippery Rock University in information systems, I would really like to know any pointers you have in terms of how you got your internship at Google. Do you have any advice for me? And I would connect with several people because some people are going to respond to you. Others are going to ignore you. Don't take offense to that. It's just how it works. And that's how networking works. Hopefully you'll be a person who does respond to people in the future. Now, that's just one search technique. The other thing you might want to do if you're looking for a job is go to your all filters, come on down here, and look for recruiters. Recruiter. And then the company, like you want to work for Google. Okay, there you go. And apply. And maybe you want a recruiter in Pittsburgh. Here's Juliana Marino. She's in the Pittsburgh area. Here's Jim Joseph. And actually, I'm pretty sure one or the other is actually a Slippery Rock. There you go. Jim Joseph is a recruiter at Google. And guess what? There he is. He is a Slippery Rock alum. Who better to reach out to than somebody who actually went and shared that same experience that you shared? Last but not least, watch this little trick. This is kind of cool. If you type in Slippery Rock, and click on Old Main, see it down here? We're going to click on that. And then choose alumni. You can find out a lot about alumni who came out of your major. So if you want to find out about alumni who live in the greater Philly area, you can click on this histogram and scroll down and you'll see them. Let's do it. Here's people who live in the Philly area. There's 1,400 of them. And here's where most of them work now. Merck, the School District of Philadelphia, Vanguard, Mainline. So these are your best bets for jobs because they have a history of hiring Slippery Rock people. And by the way, here they all are. And you can start to connect with them, go onto their profiles. Now you can do the same thing with majors. So what you can do is come on over here to Next and click on what they studied. Maybe you're a marketing person. There's 1,558 Slippery Rock alum who graduated in marketing. And you can see here's where they mostly live. Here's where they're working. Here's the top companies that hired our marketing grads. Hey, where's it easiest to get a job in with a marketing degree from Slippery Rock? How? PNC, American Eagle, UPMC, Dick's Sporting Goods, BNY Mellon, Highmark Health. That's where you're most likely to get a job because that's where our people have gone. And here they all are, okay? And you can connect with them. Now, let's say you want to talk to people, you only want to talk to people who graduated in the last few years. You can come up here and put 13 through 2015. And now it's just going to show you those people. You can go down and see where they're working. A lot of the same companies. But here they all are. A lot of younger people, right? Ta-da. So anyway, there's a few ideas. Remember, use LinkedIn, set it up, and always use your career office to review your profile. And I guess that's about it. Thanks for watching this digital masterclass from the SEA. Remember, it is your future. Take charge.